It's Monday morning. It's still dark outside, and your alarm goes off. You roll over, eyes half closed, just to shut it off. But instead, you hit the snooze. You can't be that tired. It can't already be time to get up. It feels like you just fell asleep. Maybe a few more minutes of snooze time will help you. So you doze off just in time for that alarm to blare again. Okay, fine, you mumble to yourself as you roll out of bed. You know you need more sleep. You promise that you'll try to do better tonight and get more sleep. You promise that you will shut off your phone, stop watching Netflix, and you'll go to bed on time. So you drag yourself out of bed and get started with your day. Does any of this sound familiar? I know I am not a morning person. It's a struggle for me to get up early when I know I need to. And just like you, I know that I need to get more sleep. But how do we do that? Hey friend, this is Suzanne. Welcome to the Daily 15. Today, I have some encouragement for you about how we can get better sleep. Not just more, but better. We're talking about simple ways to get better sleep so we can wake up feeling refreshed and ready for the day. And as always, what I'll share today will be simple, practical steps we can all do in 15 minutes a day. So if you're done with waking up tired and you want to feel refreshed when the alarm goes off, grab your coffee and let's get started. Let's face it, being an adult is hard. We have so many things to do throughout the day. We run ourselves ragged. We push our bodies and our brains to the limit. And it leaves us exhausted. You may not be ready to make changes to your schedule or your lifestyle, but even some small tweaks in the evening can make a difference in the quality of sleep that you're getting. And at the end of the day, when it comes to rest and sleep, the quality of your sleep is actually more important than how many hours you get. So when we were little kids, we had a bedtime routine. We'd have a bath and a book and a drink of water or 12, and we'd make a million excuses not to go to sleep. And now as adults, we are desperate to get sleep. When our kids are little, we make them follow this routine, mostly out of habit because we just know that that's what good parents do. But the reality is, just like your little kiddos need that bedtime routine, so do we. Grown-ups actually need a bedtime routine. The bedtime routine actually helps us to unwind and prepare our mind, our body for sleep. There are actual triggers, certain times of the day, especially in the evening around 8 o'clock, our hormones start to shift. Our bodies will naturally tell our brains with these hormones, it's time to slow down. It's time to get ready for sleep. But I know that this is a struggle for so many of us. And we do things that throw those hormone cycles off, like blue light from our devices, like reading emails that get us worked up instead of shutting them down and leaving them till the next day. But establishing your own bedtime routine will help your body and your brain signal each other that sleep is coming. It will take some time and some trial and error to figure out the framework that's going to work best for you. But today I want to share with you what I've been doing that's really been helping me get much better quality sleep, even on the nights when I don't have enough hours to get a full night's sleep. Now, I know it's easy once we put the kids to bed, or if you are like me and you have teenagers and they go off to their room, you think, finally, I have time for me. Finally, I can do the things I need to do. I can do laundry or dishes or maybe sit down and watch a show. But that's usually about the time that our bodies need to be slowing down. So we're going to need to start our bedtime routine a little earlier than our normal habits. If you want to be in bed by 10 o'clock, then maybe start around 9 o'clock instead of starting at 10 and hoping that you'll fall asleep in 5 minutes. Now, the sleep experts are varied on how much sleep we actually need. We all have that friend that says she can survive on 4 hours of sleep, and you're not sure exactly what the secret sauce is, but you're skeptical. The average, they will say, is somewhere between 7 and 8 hours a night. So if you have to get up at 6 a.m. like I do, then you need to make sure that you're getting to sleep between 10 and 11 p.m. And of course, it would be great to drop into bed at 10 and instantly fall asleep. But that's not what usually happens. So we have to do a little reverse engineering to figure out what time to start that bedtime ritual. What I recommend is once you have an idea of when you normally start your routine, push it back by about 30 minutes and see how that helps. Now, one of my favorite nighttime routines is to take a bath. For my entire life, I have loved a good bubble bath. It is a part of my daily routine. This is not bathing. I'm not washing. I am literally soaking in warm water just to help me reduce the stress of my day. I don't take my phone in there. I don't take my tablet in there. I don't take a book in there. I turn the lights down low. I get in a warm bath and I just sit. I process the day. It lets my body relax, but it also lets my mind start to relax and start to process the things that I've had to work through during the day. I also have been finding that this is a time where it will also spark some really interesting and creative ideas. I will write those ideas down at my desk when I'm done with my bath. If you're not a bath person, this is a great time to take a shower. The idea is that the warm water elevates your body temperature just a little bit. So the key is you do not want an extra hot shower or bath. You want something that is just a little bit above your body temperature, warm enough that it's going to relax you, but not so warm that it's going to make you sweat. Now, what is happening is when you get out of the warm bath, your body is working a little bit harder to cool it off, to lower your body temperature. And this process will actually make you sleepy. I love how our bodies work. And when we do what we need to do to trigger those things, it really just helps us get to bed sooner and actually be ready to go to bed. So remember, nothing too hot and nothing overstimulating in the room. Keep the lights low. You don't have to make it super girly and do candles or anything. I just have the shower light on that's in the bathroom instead of the overhead lights. This is a time to take a break. Okay, now, this one's going to be super hard. Once you're done with your bath or your shower, no devices. I know that's hard because this is the time when we like to scroll and kind of catch up on things or prepare for the next day or whatever. But it is critical for our minds and our bodies that as we're in that process of relaxing, that we don't do something to then bring back that stimulation. The blue light from our devices interrupts the melatonin surge, which is how we go to sleep. We need the melatonin to trigger our brains and our bodies. It's time to sleep. So that's what is one of the things that keeps us awake at night, is sitting in bed with our phone or the TV on. And I know that is probably going to be the hardest part of this new routine. But if I can do it, I know that you can do it. So make sure you shut off all your devices at least 2 hours before bedtime. So that means about 8 o'clock or 8:30 if you're trying to get to bed between 10 and 11. But I promise this is really going to make a difference, not only in helping you to actually fall asleep, which is such a struggle for so many, it's also going to help you to stay asleep. You're not going to add any more worries to the day by looking at your email. It can wait. It will be there in the morning, and you can tackle it tomorrow. Now, we've talked about a lot of the things that we're going to do to trigger our body to go to sleep. But our environment that we're sleeping in also has to be addressed. Making it a place where you can sleep. Pick up your clothes. Keep it somewhat clutter-free so that your brain doesn't have to be thinking about that. That visual clutter really impacts your thinking. It increases your stress level. So even if it's just putting your clothes in the hamper or in the closet and shutting the door, you can have a messy closet. I do. But having no visual clutter in your room is going to help you start to really let go of the stress of the day. And your room needs to be a certain temperature. Because the cooler your space is, the easier it is for you to go to sleep and to stay asleep. The experts say that the ideal temperature is 65 degrees Fahrenheit. I know that sounds cold to you, but the colder the temperature, your body will start to kind of slow down. So anything below 70 is probably the best. Also, if you're sleeping with someone, you have to keep them in mind. My husband will not let me have the bedroom temperature at 65. We have it at about 68 right now. And he can deal with that and still go to sleep, and I sleep so much better. So try it under 70 and see what happens. If you're too worried about going under 70, at least sit it at 70. Anything that you can do to reduce the temperature a little bit in your room is really going to help you to get into that sleep mode. There are also cooling mats and special bedding that can keep you cooler at night, especially for my sweet friends who are dealing with perimenopause and menopause. Night sweats are nasty and they really mess up our sleep. So you may need to add some things to your bed, maybe even a pillow, a special pillow. I know they have cooling pillows as well, or even a fan on your side of the bed. Plus the noise can really help some people get to sleep. Okay, now I'm going to say, the next thing I'm going to say, you're going to be like, well, duh, turn off the lights. Now, if you feel like you need to sleep with the light on so you don't stumble to the bathroom, that's fine. Keep it out of your direct eyesight and make sure that it's super, super soft, just enough so that you don't trip over the laundry basket that's sitting on the floor. But the lower the light, the darker you can get it, it really will help you sleep deeper. The smallest amount of light really can interrupt that melatonin production, and it keeps you from sleeping well. So get your room as dark as you can stand. See, that wasn't so hard. These simple habits and routines that you build in the evening are your good sleep habits. They're going to make you so much healthier. But also, when you wake up and you feel refreshed and you don't have to hit the snooze, you're going to feel more productive during the day. You're going to be a little happier and a little easier to get along with. You're not going to be so snappy with your kids and your coworkers. And the best part is, while you are in those deep sleep modes, your brain is recovering and processing all the things from the day. Your body is recovering and recharging and restoring at the cellular level. Your memory is going to be boosted. Your immunity is going to be better. And there are so many more health benefits. Just these simple things are going to help you get the rest you need so that you feel refreshed and rejuvenated and ready to tackle whatever's coming your way. Thanks for listening today. I hope that this is helpful for you. I hope that you feel encouraged that you can actually get some better sleep, even if you can't carve out 8 hours a night, that you can take some small steps to help your body and your mind be ready to sleep when the time comes each night. If you're interested in learning more about creating margin in your life, finding a rhythm to your life that works, that's built for you and your family, please schedule your free 30-minute refresh and reset call today. You'll find the link in the show notes. Until next week, take your daily 15 to create that margin for what matters most and get better sleep.